So inviting you all to return into your breath, find your space. We have Yayhel guide coming through, so I'm just going to get into my space, step aside a little, and allow ZhiZhe to come through. Greeting all the sparkling of lights, exciting moment of time on earth, as we too can feel it through your being, through your energy field from where we are. And gratitude for you all together here in this space to allow us to connect, meeting halfway, so to speak. In this moment of time, we would like to deliver a little bit of transmission and a message of perhaps encouragement regarding the state of compassion and forgiveness. Know that you have been through the so-called what you may call as potent awakening since 2012. Many of you may have gone through before that, so we send gratitude. Now, in this moment, you probably notice that it is not difficult anymore to see through the deception within external structure, within the lies and negative manipulation due to fear that manifest in control, manifest in creating confusion on your planet. This is, yes, the collapse of the old illusion, which too take place within your DNA, within your body, of energy purging, resetting the memories and shift the desire to return and serve from your hearts. Now, the process of humanity is this. Once or the more you're seeing through the deception and illusion, yes, anger going to be triggered, frustration going to be triggered, certain kind of hatred due to the sense of righteousness going to be triggered, and this is all the old templates within earth and within you. Many of you now are in the process of having this deep yearning of being in the center. No longer feed into the extreme polarities, extreme dualities. No longer feed into the finger pointing of this is me and that is you. I'm like this because of this. That is like that because of this, so to speak. No longer feed into guilt, shame and blame. And this is when the hybrid comes in, because the hybrid measures the frequency of innocence within you. So, in this moment, the integration is here. The integration is within you, bringing your focus back in to how you define compassion, to what you define forgiveness as. And this too is a process of individual. Some people may define compassion as an act of shifting diets, an act of creating more awareness in the external world of this is compassion, this is hatred, etc. And that is a process. Some people may find detaching more from dramas, detaching more from, so to speak, gossip that feeds into guilt, shame and blame, and come into more neutral point. All is each at their own process. And we would like you to continue to explore what it really means to live in compassion, what it really means to see beyond the illusion. Do your best to go deeper than irritation, anger and hatred. Do your best to really take responsibility. Take responsibility that peace is your responsibility. State of wellness is your responsibility. State of balance, of co-creation between humanity, plant, animals and earth and all her being is your responsibility. And if there's a sense of aggression being triggered, observe what's deeper than aggression and how possibly you can wheel aggression into pursuing something that is creative. And two, when you see the lies and the illusion within the external world, your relationship with forgiveness slowly shifts as well. Your relationship with the process of letting go shifts as well. Perhaps letting go of forgiveness is something new and you find that there's a sense of forcing. Sit and go deeper. And if you define forgiveness because it's an act for you to free yourself, then yes, that is a process too. And when you sit deeper into the state of neutralization and simply being aware through the eyes of innocence, you'll find out that forgiveness and flow of release occur in its own nature. Because you no longer feed power into the all. Now, connect deeper with Earth in each of your own ways. Sit and tune into her rhythm intuitively. She is your guide. She is a teacher. And continue to be moment to moment with love and joy beyond all the mental conditions. Before we leave, before we step aside, if any of you have seen us in your astral dream, in your meditation, if any of you have seen our portraits that comes through different artists, different conduits and channelers, look into our eyes and feel that state through our eyes. That state of communication and connection. through our eyes that align with our hearts. A reflection and a reminder that you too are in the process of aligning your perception with your heart. Thank you. I apologize. Well, I don't need to apologize. There's construction, basically, and you probably can hear it. And there was a helicopter that flew by as well. So thank you for tuning in, and it's a perfect moment to share, really connect through the topic of forgiveness. For today, the 8th of February, aligned with the Mayan sacred calendar of Akmak, forgiveness. And I'm an Akmak. It aligns with my birth energy. And Mak means smoke. Akmak, so to speak, to them means the ability to see through the smoke. And we have a choice whether we're going to see through the smoke with resentment, or whether we're going to see through the smoke with the new perception that is deeper than separation, but from the perception of oneness, that others act according to how they act because it's the best of their ability at that moment. And there's confusion and delusion of control because the underlying because there's fear. There's fear that runs through. So with this ability of seeing through the smoke, with the focus on compassion and forgiveness, and accept that we are humans, and we have our humanness, which our ego, that we make mistakes. We can really feel that state of, okay, each of us are going through our inner process. There is compassion, there is true compassion and true forgiveness. And yeah, that's it for today. As you probably know, if you follow this channel, channeling Yayhel is something quite new to me. The state, it's to me as a channeler a little bit different than the Lyran, because I'm very familiar with the Lyran. But I feel that is that moment of many of us bringing through the hybrid race, because that so-called is the future of the DNA template, the future, linearly speaking, consciousness. And if you want to learn more about the hybrid, you can look into Bashar, you can look at other people who channel, Assassini, the Yayhel, and more. So thank you for listening to this point. I always love to chat. And if you would like to book a private reading with me, I will leave the link. There's a link to my website in the description. And yeah, and I will continue to put out online gatherings so we can meet in groups, whether it's through shamanic sound journey with the presence of cacao, or whether it's channeling, etc. So take care.